Okay.
Lightning round.
Lightning round. The only lightning round JD will ever experience.
Hey, I got
In
one.
the
All right.
last session, the party found themselves dealing with a midair dance with a red dragon, and you guys handedly defeated what was supposed to be quite a mighty foe and a challenge to the party. Not only did Kit manage to use suggestion on a young adult red dragon, but the red dragon didn't get a single attack off on the party. Quite to the dismay of the DM. And so you guys finished combat. The party grew with experience and wisdom. Wisdom.
Lots
Pretty
of
much stay
wisdom.
the same. And the
So
party
smart
was
now.
able to recollect themselves after the battle. And now they find themselves on top of the deck, still on the Rockjaw airship. And it's not long after the battle that some mail arrives.
Some
And in
mail
this
as in
mail-
like MAIL, mail?
Yeah.
Mail,
Okay.
as in letters, gifts.
I don't know, the inflection
Notification.
the inflection was like some mail as in like some dude just appeared.
No. Some, for those most talented sorcerers, emails arrived. And within those letters were individual messages to each one of the party members. And it is up to the individual party members to disclose any
So
information they wish to disclose.
So while we're still flying over the ocean, mail shows up.
It's email.
Correct. There is a system of hawks, owls, and vultures that deliver mail
Vultures.
within the greater world of Midvale. And
I'm worried about how they knew where we were.
well, so you guys are
GPS.
on an airship, and you
Did
would
they
know
put trackers
that,
in my vaccine?
So airships are one of the primary modes of transportation between the Great Isles of Midvale. All these different isles, all these different locations have very treacherous and difficult terrain to navigate on foot. And, obviously there are very wild parts of the world known for, crazy marauding bands of mercenaries and bandits, as well as monstrous creatures that roam the lands. And so there are established ports and established routes for these airships to travel. And among those lines, upon which one of them you guys are currently on, there are these systems of, messenger hawks, owls, and vultures that deliver mail, deliver various notifications to the party. Little exposition there for you guys to start off the session.
Cool. So, while we were sleeping, you said we got these delivered? we
I'll say
have
you
our-
guys just, you guys took a long rest. You guys, after defeating the red dragon, and then you guys all kind of woke up, returned back to the upper deck, and that is when you received the mail.
Did the
And-
captain hand it to us type of thing?
Correct. And so the captain went over with Throckthunder and handed each one of the party members a letter or a packet. And then the captain went back to his wheel, and Throckthunder went over to the carcass of the red dragon and began to butcher and skin it and kind of chop it up for parts. And the deck is still quite a bloody mess. And it's beginning to smell.
Wonderful.
Cool. Do I have any?
Yar starts humming the tune to Blue's Clues. We just got a letter.
I suppose I'll probably start with cleaning the deck. I don't really want to walk around in blood, so I will help clean the deck if there's anyone else is already doing it.
The
crew,
fact that it's
whatever.
like 8 hours later and there's still blood everywhere.
Yeah,
It's
Now
kind
it's
of
a congealed
dried
sticky.
blood,
that concerns me.
and sort of right on cue, you see a pissed off kobold kind of come out from below decks with a mop.
Just
kinda-
a mop and a single bucket.
Yeah, it just starts trying to mop up this dried blood, and he's kind of just cursing, shits.
I will not physically do any cleaning. I will use my mage hand to clean.
Okay.
Now, my
Can your
favorite.
mage hand even do that?
Yeah, I can hold up to 10 pounds.
I thought it was 5.
Pretty sure it's 10.
It might be. You might be right.
Now is
Prestidigitation.
There it
press
is.
Oh,
press
come on, Rock.
Oh, come
is-
on.
I'm tired.
is prestidig I can't say it. Is my favorite cantrip temporary, or can I use it to clean the deck? I know it says temporary, but
I mean, if it says temporary, it probably is temporary.
I say, isn't it just a visual effect?
well, I can make. All right, Yar's gonna snap his fingers and at least make the air smell a little better for a short duration.
Wisdom will like we have our mail, right?
You just got a letter. You just got a letter.
Now read the letters.
Peter, you're
the letters-
unhearable.
Peter.
Huh?
You're unhearable.
Oh
Sorry.
wow, so much better.
Each one of you would have received your letter at this point, and have read it at this point. The letters are obviously the messages I sent each and every one of you, and that's kind of where we leave off. Is you receive these packages, you receive these letters. The kobold comes out, cusses. A mage hand is cast, and the bard is attempting to make the air smell cleaner,
Not attempting.
despite the fact that they're on an airship traveling at high speeds.
So why does the air smell bad then if there's constant wind?
That's a good point. I mean, it smells a little bit cleaner right around you, but
Yeah, that's all I'm going for. As long as the immediate air around me smells better, then.
So Wisdom, while all this is going on, Wisdom will make a beeline for what's the captain's name? Redtail? Yeah, Captain will make a
Captain
beeline for
Redtail.
Captain Redtail. Yeah, and with no explanation, just say, we need to go to the Iron Hills.
The Iron Hills.
That's where we go.
Hey, Peter. Sorry.
the captain is going to look at Wisdom and simply ask, why?
I'm needed there.
Not a lot of nuance to this guy.
Nope, there isn't. A friend is in need.
Have you discussed with Grog and Throck?
Do I need to? You're the captain, aren't you?
Yes. I am the captain, and I'm telling you to discuss with Throck and Grog.
Well, then I'll go find Throck and Grog.
I will need their approval before we set off on any other course.
What course? Okay, well, first, before we go, we've been traveling for basically 2 days now because we passed out when this thing got in the air, and we've taken 2 long rests now. Where are we headed now? Where are we headed now?
We are headed to Dragon. I forgot the name of my own region. Hold on.
Oh, you'll have to update the map that you've given us access to because it doesn't have names or any of the updated beasties either.
Oh, it doesn't have the names. Okay.
Nope.
I can share the map with you guys whenever you guys want to.
What's the if we're looking at the map, which one is the dragons? Whatever you were pointing at, east, west, north, south.
Let me zoom in. We are headed to Dragon's Teeth.
Dragon's Teeth.
which is a region in the south west of Midvale.
Okay, it's that first like structure thing in the desert looking
Wyverns
place.
and dragons, and it is where the Rockjaw calls home.
So I say, I mean, well, no, I don't even say anything. I just immediately go for that's Grog out back of the ship, right? I guess I can zoom
Yes,
in.
yes,
Yeah.
it is.
So I will make a beeline for Grog first and say, we need to go to the Iron Hills. Captain Redtail needs your approval.
Why? He asked the same question. Why?
Because that's where I need to go.
What's in it for me?
Hold on. I have 4 things in my inventory. Awesome.
What's in it for me? Hold on.
I'm checking my pockets. No, there's lint. I'd like to think that I have defended this ship well, have I not?
I mean, that's your opinion. I was not too impressed with your party's combat prowesses yet.
Huh?
They aren't.
That's what Throckthunder says to Wisdom.
So I flew with them here, then met these guys, and now we're flying. They're not with me. I'm not with them.
They're not with you?
No.
Huh. All you non-scalies look the same to me.
To be fair, I am scaled as a tiefling.
Aren't tieflings scaled?
No, they're not.
Oh,
scaled.
that's how I imagine my dude.
No, tieflings have just skin.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it's just colored skin.
Sorry.
Well, you can't.
God kind of looks at you
Actually, no,
curiously, like,
No,
what?
that's a good point. I mean, usually he doesn't like to call attention to his own very special appearance as a white
his
tiefling.
condition.
But he will actually say, "You think I look like them?" As well, yeah, never mind. I won't give that backstory.
He gives kind of a one of those like laughs, but you just breathe through your nose.
Okay.
So the snorting
Don't talk-
equivalent of a honk.
Yeah.
Why not?
Exactly. He gives
Why not the
snorting
Iron
equivalent
Hills?
of a honk.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I will go wherever as long as there's something in it for me.
Do you enjoy
It's
a
at this
fight?
point that Throckthunder, now covered in dragon's blood, he looks white and red, has all these splotches of red on him, begins to take some of the red scales off the dragon and start shoving them in one of his bags. And he also takes out this massive piece of parchment and starts scribbling furiously on it.
Throck can write. I no promises, but I imagine that whatever we've been doing here, there's going to be more of that in the Iron Hills.
What do you think we've been doing here? We've been running and getting attacked nonstop.
Do you not
For
think
no
that
reward.
your value as an airship has not just skyrocketed as the airship known to slay a dragon?
Do you think this is the first dragon we've slain?
Judging by the loss of 2 of your comrades, yes, I do.
Crewmates come and go. The ballista is forever. And he kind of nods over to Captain Redtail.
So we can keep going, I guess, but like, is there going to be like a persuasion check in any of this, or is this all role play involved? I'm fine with either, but I don't want to hog.
You can, if you want to try to persuade him, and you haven't exactly given, because he's asked like, "What's in it for me?" and you haven't really given an answer.
Disadvantage then? Basically, my answer is
Yeah,
I
you can-
hope he likes to fight. So like, hey, there's going to be more fighting in the Iron Hills.
Okay, you can roll with persuasion. You can roll persuasion with disadvantage.
I'm excited to
could
see how this
go
goes.
wrong?
All right, so he gives another
You
one.
know,
Of
-2 in
uh,
persuasion. Oh
he
man.
gives another one of his silent taunts through his nose.
We can pause here if you guys have stuff you want to do. If not, I'll keep going. I don't want to hog.
I mean,
the time.
are you gonna abandon your quest here?
No, he's going straight for Throck this time now.
Yaro's just gonna observe. He wants to see what the rest of the party is gonna do before he makes his play.
Where is this conversation happening? Is this above decks or below?
Yeah,
This
so
is
I
above deck.
made a beeline up to Captain Redtail, talked with him for a minute, then went farther to the back of the ship, talked for him in a minute, and now I'll make a beeline back to Throck and the dead dragon, assuming.
Okay. Just making sure I can overhear all this stuff.
Yeah.
He's not. I'm
Yeah,
not
you should
being
be
like. I'm not
false
being
stealth
sneaky or anything. I'm not whispering or trying to do anything. Under
Right.
the-
Well,
under
I'm
the table.
on the surf or the top, so I'm just making sure that. Right. Well, I'm on
Okay.
the surf or the top, so I'm just making sure that. Right. Well,
Well, nobody. Okay, then I will make a beeline for good old Throck. Say.
Okay, Throck. You see Throck furiously writing, and as you approach, he kind of protectively, covers what he's scribbling with one of his shoulders. Puts his shoulders between your eyesight and his parchment, and he goes, "Yes, what do you want?"
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello?
I think I
Okay.
might be the one lagging. My internet's a little bit funky.
Oh, okay. Can you? I heard approaching, but that's all I heard.
As Wisdom approaches Throckthunder, he puts his shoulder between your eyesight and what he's writing, and just quickly goes, "Yes, can I help you?"
We need to go to the Iron Hills.
Why?
I'm needed.
I am also needed in other parts of the world. Is this a group decision? And he kind of looks over at the rest of the party.
So again, I'm not I'm not yelling it, but I'm not also trying to hide it. What do I say? Like they are not a part of this decision. He's not as tongue-tied as I am.
I'm gonna choose that moment to interject myself into the conversation, and I step up and I say, "Well, why not?"
I have a friend that is potentially about to die if we don't get to the Iron Hills. We must go there at once.
Since I am on this ship, and I will go wherever the ship goes, I feel like I should have a part in this decision.
I mean, I don't.
Why is
Well,
that
no,
dragon?
he wouldn't say that. Never mind. Oh, the dragon!
I
moved.
made sure to put the redneck.
What does he say? He's not going to be combative.
I'm not being combative. I'm just
No, right. My first thought was to be combative, and that's not. He would say something along the lines of, "I would hope that the ship and I have earned a little bit of grace after what just happened back at what was White Hill."
I mean, grace or no grace, if this ship's going anywhere, I feel like it should be at least discussed amongst the larger party.
Pete, I want to have Sova fly over Throckthunder's shoulder and read what he's writing.
Okay.
Not like right next to his shoulder. I mean like way up above, because he's an owl and he's got amazing eyesight.
Yeah, I mean that is perfectly fine. You see in really sloppy, almost like a fifth grader's handwriting with a crayon, he has this massive list, and in big letters on top, he has written materials for the number 4 Killing misspelled. Behears. And then he has that underlined a few times.
Got it. And how many are checked off? Or is he like adding to the list?
So far, he has 2 things checked off. Do you want me to read those things to you?
Yeah, let's get all of them. The checked and non-checked items.
He has checked off. He has a young red dragon's fire gullet. That's checked off. And he has dragon's bones checked off. And then the other materials he has, or the rest of the list as follows goes: chitin shard from the shell of a dragon turtle, gills from a sea serpent.
Hold on, that's way too fast. I'm writing these down.
Oh, sorry. You're good.
Chitin.
I can also just send it in chat if you guys want.
That'll
Yeah,
work better.
that's
Yeah,
better,
let's
yeah.
do that.
Okay. Let me read it first and then I'll send it in chat.
Okay.
Gills from a sea serpent, dragon squid's beak, moonstone dragon's scale, a sapphire dragon's tooth,
A lot of dragons.
a deep dragon's liver, and then 1 scale from 4 different dragons. And he has that's number 8, and he has A, B, C, D. Surprisingly organized for written in scribble. White, green, blue, bronze, black. Or no, sorry. White, blue, bronze, black. And then
Interesting.
the final 2 items are the blade of Bahamut. I can't pronounce some of these D&D names.
Bahamut.
Thank you. And the Duke's Gem.
The Duke's Gym.
I was expecting something from
Duke's Gem.
Tiamat there for a second.
Right?
I heard Bahamut. I was like, ah, shit.
I'm more intrigued by the Duke's Gym.
Although, to be honest, I'm very
And we all.
intrigued by this chitin.
You,
Is it chitin?
It's
Chitin?
You-
chitin.
Right,
It's chitin.
you wanted to say that
It's
just
chitin.
because it was being
I really
pronounced
didn't want to be that
incorrectly.
guy.
No, I thought the same thing, Doc. It's like,
Starting to break out in a rash.
All right. So, yeah.
So we got a series of fetch quests ahead of us. Is that what you're telling us?
Well,
That didn't
I-
come out how I wanted it to, but hopefully you can read
yeah.
that.
I was
that's
gonna
good.
say it might be better to post it in Discord too.
I mean, this is fine.
Yeah.
Winner of the arena gets to meet him.
Where did you post it
We
at?
live. Does that
Oh,
count as
wait.
You're
being
not
the
supposed to
winner?
see that. You're not supposed to see that.
Love it. Love it. PvP. PvP.
I have tweeted so many things, and of course I missed one more thing.
All
Yeah,
right.
he probably had all the notes of where those things were.
I already know where one of them is. Doc, do you have a response to what I said?
So your last thing was this needs to be a group vote, essentially, right?
Yeah, basically.
His next argument is twofold. Listen, if we don't get to the Iron Hills quickly, a dear friend of mine will die. And if it is gold you are worried about, I am a little light on cash, but my conclave can pay.
Yaru tilts his head slightly at the word conclave, files that one away for later. Yaru said, yeah, so what I'm going to say next is, well, I think you're going to have a bit of an impasse because, and he uses a little subtle hand trick to produce his own letter and says, if I'm not mistaken, I think we all probably have somewhere to be for very important reasons. So you're not going to be the only one trying to decide on a direction. Speaking for myself, I too have a friend in peril, and I have to get to that location, which definitely isn't the Iron Hills.
I call across from the deck. I also have a friend in peril. Add it to the list.
Add it to the list.
Would you be surprised to know that I also have a friend in peril?
I've said this
I
point.
will-
No, that's
I will admit that Yaru saying that only based on wisdom actions is probably a little far-fetched, but come on. We all get a letter at the same time.
Mine included a finger.
Did it now?
So Wisdom kind of like, he doesn't once everybody chimes in that we've all got a friend that's gonna die if we don't go see it, he kind of just like, he's speechless and kind of just like folds up into his cloak a little bit and kind of just stands there for a tick.
Yaru kind of like turns and faces the deck and says, "Okay, shall we confab? Let's all discuss."
How do we figure out whose friend is most in peril?
I think
We should probably do it in like a line so that way
I
we
mean,
don't go a lot
someone's
of back
missing a
and forth.
finger. That seems not awesome.
Yeah, he could probably handle himself for a little while.
okay, good. Kip, you're on my side then. I definitely my guy can't wait. So I
Well, I'd
promise.
say we figure out where all these are at the map and find a direct line. So that way, we're not traveling across the map.
That's entirely too logical.
Yeah.
Entirely too logical.
But we can start there. That's fine. We have the map, right? It's one of our handouts.
Yeah, will you pull up the map for us, like the
Yeah, but
fancy one?
it's not labeled.
Okay.
So at this point, Throck kind of overhears the conversation and goes, so you all have somewhere to be, yes? And all these locations are at different parts of the Midvale?
Yaru suddenly remembers that there's some sort of teleportation functionality in this world, and he turns to Throck and says, "Why, yes, that is correct."
You have a grasp of the obvious.
Well, the thing is, I have something I really need to do as well. And it sounds like you all have something you all need to do as well. So why don't we help each other out, so to speak?
Right.
I can help you.
Yeah.
You can help me.
Yeah. Once again, you've proved you have a firm grasp of the obvious. The question is, in what order do we do these mutual helpings?
And it is
Really,
on
like,
that.
never mind.
It is on that sentence that Throck pulls out a massive scribbled map. And I'm going to take you guys officially over to the big map.
The big map.
Okay.
Where's Jeff in all this? Is he still
He's
down
still
below?
downstairs.
Have we seen him since the great grappling?
Oh, Peter, I want to take this opportunity to tell you that my current season has changed, and it's spring. Do we have any indication of where we are? Is it right here where Throck's icon is?
Yes, so Throck's icon is where the party is.
Literally smack dab in the middle. I love it. Can't even use like the distance argument.
And so as you look on the map, you see several
Gandalf.
sort
Why is
of-
Gandalf here?
you see several for the sake of Throck's map, they look crudely drawn, and they're just kind of drawings of different monsters, different sort of characters, different people. And he has several of these sort of highlighted. And Throck begins, I have this map, and I have some things I need to get.
Rock, did you ever play Assassin's Creed? Because this looks like an Assassin's Creed map.
It does, yeah.
There are several dozen monsters and foes I've encountered in my travels. And some of these have items I need. And you don't have to get all of them. I don't need all of them. But if you can help me out with a few, I think we have a very real chance of helping me kill that bastard Black Bahir.
So
Would one of them
wisdom-
happen to be a dragon squid's beak?
What about the?
He kind of looks over at Kip like, huh? The one gif of the puppy.
The Tim Allen.
Hmm? Yeah, he's very confused, and he goes, "How did you know that?"
I know a lot of things.
He kind of nods his head and is almost in like awe, like, "Yes, you do seem smart."
Wisdom will try to muster some sort of authority and like take his pointer finger and just point at, he says, after the Iron Hills.
Yarrow gives
Where
him
are
a
the
look.
Iron Hills at?
That's essentially the doubt.
The Iron Hills is in the,
the doubt
southwest.
look.
Press X for doubt.
Press X for doubt.
Opposite
yeah.
side of the map of mine. Nice.
All right, let's first establish where everyone needs to go. Obviously, our esteemed colleague needs to go to the Iron Hills. Where else do we have to go?
Can I draw on here? Peter, I'm gonna draw on here. You can just delete it later.
You guys can absolutely draw and duel and do whatever you guys need to do on
This is
that. map.
right all over Throckthunder own map.
All right, so I circled
You
where
guys
I need to
can do
go
that.
in red.
Oh, we gotta go face Samurai Dude.
Probably somewhere in that range.
All right, up there.
Thanks for the penis.
Near the dragon spear.
You know we know who that is because your
Doc.
color, right?
No, you can change the color.
You didn't.
But
change
That's
it.
besides the point.
so quick to denial. All right,
You can change it, but you didn't.
Kip's got to go northeast. Where else? Where else do we need to go?
Silas needs to go to the Wildlands.
Where are the
Wildlands is
Okay,
southwest.
south.
I'll
yeah,
ping it.
I see it.
Wildlands.
There's a hyena-looking thing down there.
Where- oh, okay, I see it now. Okay.
All right, Wildlands. All right, where else? Stark.
I was gonna say Stark's just kind of sitting back, listening to everyone at this.
Yeah, I don't
point.
think he offered up that he had a friend that was about ready to.
Yeah,
die.
Yeah,
nobody has
I'll bet-
heard.
I'll
my
bet you anything
thing
he's
right
got a
now.
friend in peril.
All right, Yarrow's gonna force the issue. I turn, look at Stark and say, "Do you have somewhere you need to be?"
Eventually, I should probably be somewhere. Yes.
Eventually, noted. And I'm now ignoring Stark because he doesn't
Classic.
he doesn't have
Classic
a
Yaru.
well he doesn't have a burning need like everybody else. So, all right, cool. So, Kip's gotta go up to the north near Dragon Spear.
Where do you have to go, G? Are you the purple circle?
I
That's me.
haven't said where I have to go yet.
Oh, that's Stark. Okay.
Yeah. That amethyst color is
Duke.
mine.
Make a circle where you need to go.
Oh, right. Okay, hold please.
He did already.
Draw a circle. No, I did not.
He said
It's
where you
at
need to
this
go.
point
I
that
said it.
Grog
Say what I
and
said.
Captain Redsail begin to also walk over to what is now a circle of
A powwow.
It's a
on
powwow.
Thunder's map.
All right, there's my circle.
Okay, so, Silas has got to go to the Wildlands. Kip's got to go over towards the Frost Peaks.
Yaru, where do you gotta go?
Well, since you ask, I must go to the Blood Moon Isle.
Sounds lovely.
Is your
Why-
summer home there?
Yeah,
Oh, I found it.
I tried to draw a circle,
Great
but
place
like
to make.
they keep disappearing.
What color
good.
do you
Oh, I
want?
see like the shadow of them. I think it's
Oh,
white.
yeah.
or-
There-
Yeah,
there.
you've got like white circles for some reason.
How do I
Grog
change the
Thunder
color?
picks up and says, "Blood Moon Isle, great place to vacation to."
Right? How do I change
Okay,
the
so
color?
I see 4 circles. Whose is the black one? Is that black?
That's
Up in the-
Throx.
Oh, that's Throx.
Throx
Okay.
black circle, right?
Wait,
no, that's
wait,
just
where
the,
did Throck? I think that's just the circle around the Bahir
Yeah.
icon.
Wait, what?
Wait, what black circle?
No,
are
in
you
the
talking?
north, near the penis.
Near the penis.
That's
Oh,
rock.
that's
black.
Yeah, that's
Oh, I
Kip's.
see a red one.
Yeah,
It's red. It's
Oh, I
dark red,
can't tell.
technically.
Okay.
It's red for me.
Wait, what's the penis? Wait, what?
Look at the upper right corner.
G.
Oh my gosh! I made a tick.
Peter, you definitely did not
No,
make
Peter,
it.
that was not you.
That was
That
Doc.
only was him, guys.
I love that Peter assumed he did it and
Oh,
forgot
I thought
about
you
it.
guys were talking about this island. Wait, hold on. Look
Oh,
at this
wait,
island.
actually, he's actually right.
There's
That
that island
island
looks like
a
actually does
Oh.
look a little bit like a, yeah.
It's
No,
even
but we
better.
were talking about the other thing. All right, so
Oh,
cool.
Yeah, I didn't do that. Come on, man.
Yarrow suddenly likes Kip's suggestion of distance-based decision making.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, so
well,
far,
it seems like we should just knock out Kip's first and then hit everybody else on the other side of the world.
no, if we're doing shortest distance, definitely Blood Moon Isle is the
Yeah,
closest.
but none of your people have like missing limbs.
You said he would be fine for a little while, so
He
Yeah,
will
not
soon.
for like ever. Feel like if we go over there, we're not going to be getting back to him before he dies.
well, unless he dies of gangrene from his missing finger, which is a slow death, he'll probably be fine.
just so you know, I
it's-
stand to lose not one but many friends if I don't get to the wildlands.
I too stand to lose many people.
My entire conclave is defenseless.
We all seem to have a really good reason to
We're
go
just
where
gonna
we need to
keep-
go. So let's get down to brass tacks here. How do we decide this?
Well, I'm waiting for clarification from Peter because apparently I was wrong.
Someone
shit,
is
hold on.
dying. Oh no.
Well, I'm trying to decide.
Stark
based
underestimated
on-
the gravity of the
well,
situation.
No, based on how it's worded, it's one thing.
Yeah, no, this is a crucial. Yeah, I gotta clarify this.
Coffee's already killing it tonight.
Yeah, this is.
I didn't see the
this-
last one.
Let's say adding coffee to our Discord has been a a good addition.
I always forget to tune into the coffee watch along, so thanks for the
So while
reminder.
he's doing this, Wisdom will try to press his point. He's not going to go off on a whole long tangent because he is a man of few words. But I'm just. I he like hesitates for a second, the protector of my conclave.
You seem confused on that point.
Seems like
I-
they should have gotten a new protector when you left.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there.
And
Started out
he
there.
lets out a deep sigh and says, they did, and he is the one that I need to save.
Can't.
Sounds like a good protector.
Can't. Good protectors are hard to find these days.
He wasn't ready. This was supposed to be quick, which it was. I actually went to White Hill to end the Colosseum, to end the stupid bloodshed, which I did. Well, which happened. Wisdom wasn't actually a part of that.
Okay. I have clarification
clear-
now.
Okay.
Sorry.
But it's clear that I need it's clear I shouldn't have left. I made pauses, a mistake.
Yeah.
One thing seems certain. Just based on this map, it seems like we should be heading west.
I mean, maybe a little more south than what.
I mean,
So question,
directly
does
west
the-
would be my vote.
does it loop around, Pete? Like,
Is the
Is
Earth
the
Is the
round?
flat?
Is the Earth round?
So yes, it is. The space that is to the west or east of Midvale is the Great Ocean, and it is kind of this unknown, lawless,
So
mysterious.
this is not a globe.
okay, so no, it doesn't loop around.
What?
It does,
does
but it would be very long.
eventually.
Yeah, eventually.
No,
I'm just saying it would be
the
a very
ocean
long
goes
distance.
around. Like the backside of this would be.
But
the
would
ocean.
it be faster to turn around and go back, or would it be faster to go around the unknown part to the other
So
other side?
going from Stark.
Well, so it's kind of uncharted. So no one really knows. Like
So,
no one's
so
been
he's
able to
saying
make it
no.
across the line.
No. we
No, I'm
can't
not saying
know.
no. I want to be clear. I'm not saying no.
Well, it's a Christopher Columbus situation. is what I'm
highly
saying.
not recommended.
It's round.
The Earth is round.
We only have
This
so
is
much
not
free
a flat
space.
Earth scenario. All right.
Okay.
So
All right. So clarification. Not eventually. There's actually hundreds, if not thousands, of people in danger.
Yaru looks
Oh,
over
yeah.
at Stark, surprised. He's like, "Did you not read your whole letter? Like, it's the vast difference in."
Well, let me
You turn it
read
over?
you my letter.
There was some grammatical and missing pieces of his letter.
Yeah, there really was. Stark, champion of Ark, your kingdom has fallen. You're a champion of nothing now. We challenge you to a duel for your honor. Okay. And then he messages me. He's like, yeah, but all the people are there. I was like, I thought they were all dead. Oh, no, they're there. They're just refugees. You know that.
Yeah, you would have
I
known.
know that.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. I messed up that part.
That still doesn't sound
It's
like,
like-
super pressing.
It's one of those things where like I have the like the stuff like each region like written down like in my head, but it's like, oh, I forgot to share that information.
Cool.
Yeah, well, so Stark is from the Frost Peaks, which is like a brutally cold region, and it's people who don't have homes right now. So,
All right, I'm
But
gonna go
still,
out on a limb and
west.
say everybody's got a tough scenario. We have to pick
Correct.
somebody to rectify first. We all got really good reasons. How are we gonna decide this?
Well,
Not metagaming it, but rolling the dice.
I was gonna ask Throck, where could we help him the most?
No, I don't care about Throck.
Throck
Yeah, but
has a list for
Throck's
us.
gonna be the one giving us the thumbs up to go somewhere.
So
The table creaks a little
Throck-
harder as Wisdom's finger is still on the iron hill.
Just like
At
he's
this
just,
point,
he's just the whole time he's like,
So how accurate
mean-
are Throck's drawings of creatures on this map?
So it's at this point that Throck goes, I have this list, you see. And he pulls out his list and he lays it down. And you guys see the list. You see the items that I've already read out. And he goes, I need these items from certain monsters of Midvale if I want to create the gear I need to kill the Black Behir.
which ingredient is the closest?
Which ingredient is the closest to where we are now?
Yep.
You
That
just
also
want to go
falls within
straight
a
to the
circle.
First one.
Well, let's see if it coincides let's see if it coincides with where one of us needs to go.
We've
Okay.
all circled the map. I would just add, yeah, that's fine.
So I am now going to add my own drawings,
There you know.
and I am going to. This is Throck highlighting certain regions where he has items. First one, or I'll just
Are these like
Too
are
big.
these like Cade stashes?
X's. Yeah, exactly. That's an X.
Okay.
Wait, where's
we
the
came
X?
from.
It's
White
in the
Hill in
middle,
the
White
dead
Hill.
center of the map.
Oh, right. That's like a Sea of Thieves X. I dig it.
Odds
It's
the
really
owl
good.
person is still alive.
Yeah, Pete, you
That's
should just
next.
copy and paste that X around the map now, because that's a great X.
That's
Alright.
too
Yeah,
long.
you're
Promising. Great X. Great
The
X.
second X is
Subpar.
less,
Iron
less
Hills.
excellent.
Oh, I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
Copy. What else we need? Hold on.
Copy.
There's gonna be one at every single person's
Probably.
needed location.
I'm
We're
counting.
gonna
I'm,
All I
count-
know, boys,
I'm counting on that.
we're gonna need a compass and a shovel based on my experience with maps like this.
Who's buying the cannonball crate?
I definitely will. Well, I'm starting to get a feel for where we're headed.
Yeah, I feel like that might be the case. Yeah.
Is that everything?
Was that everything? Really?
Oh wow. So I mean, it makes the most sense for us to jump down and hit these. I'm on a circle still.
Locations. at
We
the
hit these three
bottom.
over here, and then head
Yep.
over and get this one over here, and then go north from here and get this one, right?
So I'll ask
I'm just kidding.
Throck. He may not be the person to ask. How far or how long will it take us to travel to these areas on the map in the airship?
Wait,
Because
what
I
is
don't
our
actually
air
know what the
system?
scale of mid Vale is.
So it has a distance. How many
Well, there's a-
ticks can we travel a day?
Right.
Yeah.
Like
So-
Iron. Yeah.
So a full day's distance is one quadrant of the map. So in each
Full
day's journey,
quadrant?
you can reach- Oh
One
yeah.
quadrant.
These things travel stupid
Like
fast.
one square.
Well, when you say one square, what do you mean square? I mean, so if you think about
Divide
the
the
map,
map into fourths.
Oh, so divide the map
Bingo.
into fourths.
It would
Okay.
take
We
us
can-
2 days to travel across the entire map.
bingo.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's
Bingo,
helpful
bingo,
because we
bongo.
can hit multiple places in a day. In theory.
All right. So at this point, if that's the case, what I'm going to suggest is we make a beeline due west. We hit Blood Moon Isle. We go due south, hit the Iron Hills, and then we go east. And on our way east, we hit these three. And obviously, after we're done the Iron Hills, we get this one right here, and then we go east and we hit these three, and then we basically we'll go northeast actually, and we can either go up to Samurai Dude, or we can go due north and go to the Frost Peaks.
Didn't we just start in the southwest and move
Yeah,
around?
why wouldn't we just hit those 3 down there and then go to
Because
Wisdom
Yar's
Space.
not gonna jive with anything that is like the first thing we do can't be to get an ingredient that can wait. You know,
Yeah. Wisdom is in agreement with that.
so
Wisdom,
if
Go ahead.
the theory is we're going to first help somebody, it makes the most sense, at least to Yaru, and admittedly he's biased, but it makes the most sense in terms of saving time to first go to Blood Moon Isle, then to Iron Hills, and then as we move either east or north, we can hit these ingredient places.
Well, that's up to Throckthunder if he's going to let us do something before getting any ingredients,
I mean,
too.
theoretically, the ingredients
So-
aren't in imminent peril since they're ingredients.
since they're beasts that are living and
Throckthunder
moving.
speaks up and says, "If you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. You can get the ingredients whenever you want."
Ah, see?
So while there's all this back and
So-
forth, Wisdom. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say the real question is if we help Throckthunder first, will he finally start fighting with us?
I think he
No.
fought in the last engagement.
Wisdom
Oh,
actually
okay.
likes Throckthunder.
Is that a
No,
genuine
no,
question you're
No,
asking?
Throck didn't fight with us. Throck loaded a ballista.
No, he thrust a ballista
He's-
into the red dragon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because it
Which is
happened to
that.
be directly in front of him.
Okay,
yeah,
but
he
he
he's
probably
probably
didn't
out
still
of his
see
way
it.
for it, so that's why he did it.
he still did it. So
I don't think there was a way Peter could have weaseled out of that and made it make sense. That's the only
Yeah,
reason.
exactly.
That,
The only
That's
reason
the only
he did it was
reason
for
it did
plot
it. Because he was
purposes.
forced.
I
to.
agreed, but you can't change the fact that Throckthunder has in fact participated in combat.
Okay, well, also Stark didn't see that. Stark was below deck helping the
All right.
kobold stay
Going
alive.
going back to Peter's question, is that a legit question you're asking of Throck right now?
No.
Okay.
Stark's just sarcastically thinking it in his head. Is he going to help now?
All right.
But Wisdom will, like, when there's all this back and forth between where we should go, he is going to, for the most part, I don't do a good job of it, but he's pretty monotone, other than when he was getting chomped on by the dragon. And now, where he takes his finger instead that was still pointing at the Iron Hills and smashes it on the table and says, "Listen, I just lost everything I was going to say." Awesome.
Great talk. Now, to further reinforce
sorry.
my point.
you got me. I'm listening.
No, literally as
Throckthunder begins to snort in laughter.
Yarrow pauses while Wisdom pauses, and then he begins speaking and says, I like where your head's at. So we should definitely go to Blood Moon Isle first, and then down to the Iron Hills, and then we
Okay,
can
yeah,
move
yeah,
north
yeah.
and east.
Yaru, we got what you need to do. Let's hear some other people's opinions.
Well, if we're talking about straight distance, which is
Well,
a theory
We
you
got
put
your.
forth.
We know your opinion. We've heard this multiple times now. On
He tries it
numerous-
again. He smacks the table.
Kip's breaking
He's
bad.
got it
I
this,
like it.
He's got it this time. He says,
Well, 'cause
"Listen,
Kip,
once again."
'cause Kip knows he's gonna be last, and he's kind of just over it.
Pretty much, yeah. Let's hear some other
Uh,
people's thoughts on what we should do too, other than just like your opinion and what makes most sense to you, right?
I mean, nobody's talking, so I'd love
It
to hear.
seems
their
to
thoughts.
me-
That's a problem.
It seems to me, my fellow travelers, that we should, the most worked up about their situation seems to be our friend Wisdom. It then further seems to me that we could start heading that way. Pick up these 3, what do we call them, caches?
Oh, come on. Don't use caches. Too soon.
It's been 2 years, still too soon.
Cache with a C, sorry. Pick up these 3 caches on the way to the Iron Hills. Handle Wisdom's business in the Iron Hills. Pick up the 4th and work our way north.
I do have one little caveat with that. Wisdom did say that he wasn't really our friend or with us earlier, a few minutes ago. Yeah.
No, I don't listen to him. So
he says this is before he was like, after he said listen and paused and then all this happened. He says, I have no reason to join you on any of this. I had one mission that is now done. But
Split the party. Split the party.
If we go to the Iron Hills first, and there's another pause, but it's more like he's taking a deep breath. I will accompany you on what with what you all need done too, and I will. I have no need for pay or trinkets.
And if you decide that you need to stay there when we get there.
Yeah, Yar was like
swindled.
So you weren't down to help us out before? Like I think all of us, and Yar just kind of like looks around for confirmation.
You're all
I think we were all
strangers.
I don't know how to be stranger with someone you fought a dragon with, but all right.
Stark will kind of look around and be like, well, he says he'll stay with us, but he's also forced to stay with us if we go there last.
Yaru points at Stark and is like, I like where your head's at.
What's max fall damage? Maybe I'll just jump off the airship. I'm a monk. I take reduced fall damage.
We're over water. You'll be fine. Swan dive.
Rather than roleplay it, Wisdom gives like an impassioned plea on, while he cannot speak to the environment, the surroundings of the Iron Hills when he gets there, which this doesn't actually help, but you can trust him at his word. He is a man of honor.
I'm gonna need you to roll a persuasion check against Kip.
Let's go. Okay.
I mean, I'm not persuaded at all, but you can roll against me too if you want.
I'll roll with the dice, whatever the dice say.
I like it. And he like puts back, so he's been fully hooded this entire time, but this last, where is persuasion at?
Can I do an insight check to see if
you absolutely
Wisdom is being like legit about that?
I'm pretty sure he is. So.
Pete, what should I roll against a persuasion check?
I think you would just set the DC yourself on what you think I had to hit to persuade you. Which is unfortunate.
Probably more than 7.
Yaru's too cynical to be persuaded by this plea. The AC would be ridiculous. The DC or AC would be ridiculous.
No, but like also think about this like out of game. Like I literally did just meet you guys like a couple days ago,
right?
And we've been asleep for half of that. So like if you met a stranger that you went and grabbed lunch with, and they were like, "Hey, will you drive me to Chicago?"
Well, it's a little different when you're stuck on an airship together and you just had a life or death experience.
That's fair.
It's at this point that Throckthunder and Captain Redtail begin exchanging coins and pointing at different party members.
Yaru, wait, hold on. Yaru notices this, and can I like slip closer to them and like figure out what the odds are? Because I want to get in on this.
Oh, they're totally betting who's gonna get their way.
No, I know. Yaru wants to get on this. Peter, make me part of this betting somehow, please.
Do you even have
I'm gonna have you roll perception.
Do you even have any money?
I don't need money. I think I have money. Hold on.
If you want to get in on this, you got to roll perception first.
All right, hold on. I'm trying to get my character sheet. Yeah, I have money. Okay, here we go. Perception.
Check the money first. Okay, yeah. So you begin to approach, and you notice them quickly kind of hide their hands behind their back and sort of look away, like they weren't doing.
I just kind of I don't make direct eye contact. I just like move to where I'm standing next to whoever's closest to me, and I just simply in a tone that's meant for only them to hear and no one else. I just say, "Who has the best odds?"
Without any words, Throckthunder flashes a smile and points over at Silas.
Is this while I'm pouring my heart out to Kip?
Probably.
Yes,
Is that what's
yes,
happening?
it is.
I'm simply gonna say, I'll bet anyone other than him is first.
Captain Redtail holds out his hand.
I give him
Anyone other than him.
I give him a gold coin.
Okay.
So after
So do we see Yaru do this? Is he? It's pretty obvious he backed away from the group.
No,
Yeah, you can roll for perception, and if you get a we'll say, I don't know, 13 or higher, you see it happen.
I wouldn't be paying attention. I'm listening to wisdom.
Yes.
Oh, I
No,
am making
didn't see
solid
it.
eye contact with Kip.
Prolonged,
Well, I thought with the whole group, but it apparently
prolonged eye
100%
contact.
away. Yeah. He's not good at personal
Ooh,
interaction.
Silas
so
saw
he's
it.
doing his best.
Silas saw it though.
That's
Now
okay.
is Silas gonna tell the group
No.
that Yaru walked away?
Silas isn't a narc. He won't say anything.
So after wisdom finishes his spiel, I'm gonna say, honestly, I think Silas's plan sounds the best to me. Start off with the three nearest us, and then work our way over to wisdom's area.
I agree.
Wisdom, I hear what you're
Wisdom.
saying, but it's more efficient for us to stop for maybe a few hours at most for these three here. That I can't imagine it would take us too long to take care of these. And
Wait, what the plan is to do the red X's?
yeah, the three red X's.
and then
Throck-
hit the Iron Hills.
So I'm gonna.
Throck said those could wait.
Yeah, but they're on the way.
They don't. Okay.
They aren't. Why are we doing things like wisdom is now like animated and there's a little bit of anger in his voice? Why are we? They're not time sensitive. People's lives are on the line, and you want to go kill a beast for what?
Efficiency.
Throckthunder chips in. The thrill of the hunt calls for all.
I don't. If I had anything to throw at Throck right now, if I had wasted it all on that stupid dragon last fight.
Yaru speaks up and he says, "I can't help but
Okay.
agree with what Wisdom's point here. There's no reason why we should take any course that doesn't include helping somebody first."
Well, then let's take the middle road and go help Silas. He's the only one who hasn't pushed for his own.
I feel like JD's
Root.
gaming here.
No, I'm not. He's
So-
the one that's
Why would-
between everyone.
What do you mean?
He doesn't even care enough to plea on behalf of whoever needs him. Why would we go to him first?
Where is Silas's again? I forgot.
It's literally
Wildlands.
between your two.
Wildlands.
It's literally between yours,
Wildlands. Oh, okay.
which is why I was like, let's just go between the two then, because
Yeah.
you're both going to be voting for your own, obviously.
So Yaru sees him. He has now another reason not to. Well, okay, actually, no. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna see the reaction to Stark's proposal.
I am gonna try to entreaty Throck. Throck, we are bonded now. Remember, I used my cleric bond on him last time. He was one of the guys I gave that to. I'll help you
That's
kill
it.
these beasts, but the Iron Hills first.
You think
Please,
they're bonded?
we are.
There's no time limit on that.
Throck,
No,
Throck
this
looks
is
over.
that's it. The time limit is.
Throck looks over at Captain Redtail and Grog, and they all begin to burst out laughing.
like the guys from George of the Jungle, like the George of the
Captain
Jungle.
Redtail chips in. I don't think you know what that means for us Dragonborn.
If it wasn't for us, this ship would be a pile of rubble back at White Hill.
Their
think you get
faces
off-
get a little bit serious, and they nod. And that is why we are letting you use our ship to,
It's a fair point.
help your
It's a fair point.
required quests.
So I
Um,
guess, sorry, this is like a couple months late on this question, or a couple sessions late. Is White Hill where we came from then? We've been flying south.
Correct.
Yeah.
Remember, I missed that session when we actually left the place, so I didn't know where we originated from.
We blew up a coliseum and never looked back.
And
Wait,
so
you guys
Don't
blew
do
it up?
explosions. Well, it kind of
Blow it up?
exploded. The floor was lava,
If you,
and there was fire.
zoom in on White Hill, you can see two like open volcanoes in the
And
side of the mountain.
Thanos.
It's probably
There
overran
is-
with
there is,
dragon
there
wormlings
is
by
a
now.
Token, yeah.
That was a
Thanos
very
is there.
a very appropriate question, I think, to ask this group that JD just asked. Wait, you guys blew it up?
I mean, when have we
Well,
not left something in rubble?
I
That would be
mean,
my
to
question.
to be fair,
To be fair,
I left,
Yeah.
or I missed a session where last we escaped the Bahir cave, and I woke up on an airship. That's all. I don't know
There was lots
anything
of
that
crumbling
happened
ceilings and
between
volcanoes
C
and
and
fire
Q,
and dragons.
and I don't know how we got there.
You were unconscious, so it's fine.
So
Yeah, I know.
Yaru is gonna make one more like reiteration of his point, which is if, and two of us obviously feel this way, if we're going with a theory that there's no reason for us to get these red X's first, even though they're closer because they're not time sensitive, and our priority should be helping the people we need to help. To me, it makes the most sense and is the least amount of time spent if we go first to the Blood Moon Isle and then work our way down, going to Wildlands and then to the Iron Hills and then getting all the red X's in this area. That to me makes logical sense. I'd be open to doing it in the reverse order as well, where we skip the red X's, go directly to the Iron Hills, go north, and then come back. But to me, that takes more time than doing the way I just proposed. But that's just what I'm thinking.
I mean, if we're talking about time sensitive, then I say we just skip all the red X's because I don't feel like waiting forever, weeks, months, who knows, to get to rescue my friend.
Snacks the table. Thank you. Wisdom does.
So in this scenario, then we help everybody and then go on a
Yeah, I mean,
quest
if
to
we're
get all
talking
the
about time sensitive
materials.
stuff, then
Yeah, I'm fine with
I-
that.
Yeah, if Throck doesn't matter about that, then yeah, I guess that's fine.
So the only question is, I think we should get these three. So the only question is which one's first. I said I was open to going to the Iron Hills first and then working our way north. So I'd be okay with that.
There's a glimmer of hope in Wisdom's eyes. He was starting to get desperate. He doesn't say anything, but he definitely reacts.
Well,
Wisdom, can we have some kind of assurances that you're actually going to stay with us once we get there and you decide that the times are desperate and you decide you want to stay and then abandon us?
Do I have any sort of blade? Oh, I have a dagger. As soon as you say like the words assurances, he cuts his palm and just sticks it out. You have
I
my
knew he was
word.
gonna do that.
Weird eye contact and everything again too.
Blood dripping onto the deck, adding to the congealed blood.
it's like we just cleaned that.
Yeah, it's like, I'm trying to clean that, man. I mean, I don't really want your blood. That's kind of weird.
What
you actually say that?
collateral do you have?
he had to check if he had a dagger. I think it's safe to say he's got nothing.
That's very true. Very
He
true.
said, and he did say his conclave would pay.
Collateral. I am my collateral. If you Yes, he would. Well, I was.
Would he
kind of sketchy.
offer up his life if he didn't?
That's yeah. Well, that's he. I am willing to offer my body up to help all of you in your, we'll call them quests, if you help me with mine. And he will go on in another impassioned plea about needing to get to the Iron Hills, and yada yada yada.
Throckthunder is on a phone call.
So, who's
We're all
opposed?
talking amongst ourselves.
Who's opposed to going to the White Hill, the Iron Hills first?
Suppose as long as Wisdom for sure will be joining us after we do his, not
Why don't we all just
disappear.
why don't the rest of the party just make a pact that we will kill Wisdom if he doesn't come?
I mean, that might be kind of difficult if we're in his like city and town.
I don't think it's that difficult.
We'll just ballista him from above.
Exactly.
I also don't feel
Rain
like
down hellfire.
that's like super like appropriate.
It's definitely not.
I like where your head's at.
Do you guys have any questions? Sorry.
No, I
No,
think
we're all
we're
still
about to
just
make a
Going
decision.
back and forth. Yeah, we're getting close, I hope.
I like that Peter thought this was going to be over by now.
No, this
Wisdom-
is perfect. This is going exactly. This is great. I love it.
This is probably our
Wisdom-
entire session.
I figured
Wisdom
it would
is
just be us
nothing-
arguing.
If not honest. So he does say, listen, I cannot promise that I don't know what the future holds, but I promise you now. And I guess if anybody, now that it's not Yaru, you've been kind of an ally. He holds out his bloodied hand to you. I forgot where I was going. He promises that like he will help if he can, in not so many words.
That's super
Yeah.
not reassuring, honestly.
Yara was like, Yara takes his hand as like, if you don't help us, I'll just kill you. So, not worried about it.
Fair enough. And he says that in all seriousness.
Well, I
So it's
suppose
settled.
my debt
I
is
probably won't
complete,
kill
my
you,
body
but
is. Oh, I'm not going to say my body is yours.
Please do say that.
He
So
says something
it's-
along those lines.
So it's settled.
Yara raises an eyebrow.
I mean, we haven't heard Silas's opinion or Stark's on it.
I mean,
yet.
Silas already was good with starting with the Iron Hills.
Okay,
That works for me.
Sweet.
I think so.
All right, Iron Hills it is.
To the Iron Hills. I give
All the
Wisdom
tension.
like icon to like better hold up your end of the bargain.
Once it seems obvious that that everybody's kind of agreeing on starting with the Iron Hills, Silas tries to catch Wisdom's attention and just gives him a little nod.
While that's
To
happening,
wisdom?
Yeah.
Okay.
While that's happening, Yara's gonna sidle on back to Grog and Captain Redtail.
Get his 2 gold?
Some amount of gold.
They both kind of look at you with a puzzled look on their face.
Really?
That's the window.
Swindled. Taken for a ride.
I give him a look like, are you sure? Be really sure this is what you want to do right now, because I won't forget.
Grog pitches in. You do know we're pirates, right?
And I rejoin. There's no honor among thieves.
You can try to steal it back.
All right. And I walk away. Be ready, Peter. Be very ready.
I think you're the one who should be ready.
Wisdom has been doing the forearm grasps with everybody.
Hopefully with
He
the
whand.
non-sliced
Yeah.
his
No,
non-sliced hand.
He bandaged it.
Okay.
It's at this point that Throck looks around at everyone and says, "So is this the decision? To the Iron Hills?"
To the Iron Hills.
Indeed.
He nods at Captain Redtail and Grog, and they return back to their manned stations, and the airship slightly changes course, just 9 degrees or so, and it's off and it's going. And I will officially give you guys another long rest.
And a level up.
However,
That was a pretty
Level
intense,
up.
that was a pretty intense interaction we all just had against each other, if I'm being honest.
well, so I'll let you guys do whatever you want between now and when the airship will, arrive. And it is still about a day's journey, maybe a little less than that, to the Iron Hills. And I'll say this, before leaving the sort of circle, Throck has one last word, and he says, "The Iron Hills is home to one of the more treacherous monsters that I need materials from on my list. I will try to come up with some tactics and tips that I learned from my last battle with it. However, be warned, some of you might perish." And he begins to walk below decks.
Yaru, will you make a persuasion check as the closest ally of wisdom at the moment?
Insight, you mean?
No, I don't know what I said, but persuasion.
So you did say persuasion.
What do you want me?
Yeah, okay.
What am I persuading somebody of?
So this is just, I want to give you guys some background, but wisdom isn't necessarily like an open book. So this
Okay,
will
well,
determine how much.
get ready to be persuaded.
So I do have a question for Throck.
13.
Why do I still have advantage on?
Okay, I'll let you ask the question as he's walking away.
Which creature lives in the Iron Hills that you're
He
referring
stops.
to?
He stops in his tracks, looks back, and says, I have to double check because I'm forgetting the name. I know exactly what I'm thinking of, but I forgot the exact wording. The Deep Dragon.
The deep dragon.
And he continues walking.
Deep track.
The liver.
The liver.
Tasty.
Okay, so with a 13, it wasn't very high. Just some background about why this is so important. Wisdom was the protector of this conclave. There's always one that's been elected. The conclave is mostly about preventing violence, unnecessary violence, that sort of thing. They're not necessarily peaceful because the Iron Hills are a very violent place. But Wisdom left like his protege in charge, his lesser, who apparently wasn't ready, and he didn't think was necessarily ready, but that's what happened. I mean, really, that's all I know. But the conclave, it's a gnomish conclave.
What now?
It's so the conclave is entirely gnomish, except for he admittedly himself.
Just a random tiefling in a conclave of gnomes.
Yeah.
Cool.
He doesn't get too much into why he's found a home there. But the dude that's in trouble, his name is Urkel Rockfoot. I'll say that as well.
Urkel Rockfoot.
Look at
Yep.
Jack.
ERKLE.
Jack.
Also a gnome.
He's getting
And
smothered.
I mean, that's basically all I know as well. Just from
And
the
why,
message I got.
like, why are we going back there?
As far as I know, he's been accused of being a traitor. And there is no innocent until proven guilty in the Iron Hills.
So he's on trial.
If there is a trial at all.
So he may already be dead. So we might be just wasting our time.
Wisdom is silent at that.
Okay.
Yeah, baby. Then conflict among the party.
All right, so are we gonna get into the Iron Hills tonight, or what's the plan?
So that's going to be next session. So I said this was going to be a little bit short of a session.
Okay.
and this is like perfect timing. So,
Cool.
Have
probably
I heard? Can I add anything to the Deep Dragon? Have I heard of the Deep Dragon that's apparently in the Siren Hills?
Yeah, you can do a history or I guess
Oh, I'm
history
sure I'm
check.
so good at history.
Are you really?
You know what? It's better than my charisma.
Oh, yeah, at
checks.
least you're not negative too,
Wow.
right? Wow.
That dragon is deep. It's deep in the mountain, guys.
Dragon? Never heard of a dragon.
There's dragons there?
Oh, thank goodness
You
this
know,
wasn't a
you
combat
gotta be
section.
excited.
These
Like,
are
oh man, I get to talk
brutal.
about it. Just
This
break
is-
my heart,
yeah,
man.
This one's been rough for our
Is this
session.
like is it important enough that like other people would know about it too? Like, can we all roll history checks on it, or is it like
Or
an
maybe the-
area thing?
Maybe the people closest to it, like Silas, probably could roll a
Um,
history check. Maybe.
Do
On
any
what?
of you guys have proficiency in history?
I do.
I do not.
nice.
Yeah, but is
I'll
would
But
allow
Kip-
I'm from
anyone
the
with
general
proficiency in
vicinity.
history to make a history check,
I'm not proficient in
because you
history.
would know a little bit more about the history of the.
Oh,
Deep Dragon? Never heard of it.
I say again that I'm
Plus
from the general area.
8
Let Silas roll for it because he's from the.
Whoops.
He is in the general area.
plus
I'm
8
from
and you
the general vicinity.
Still,
Yeah, I will let you roll with disadvantage though.
Oh,
very
man.
deep.
Very deep dragon. Please
To be
crit
fair,
fail.
you can't roll lower than.
I mean, that's technically better
What
than
I-
Kip's roll.
No, it's what I got. I got a 9.
Yeah, but
You can't
yeah, but that's
critically fail a skill check. It's
So,
just-
I
so,
guess that's true.
so for both Kip and Silas, you guys know that the deep dragon is
Deep.
just a myth among the Iron Hills, and that's
It's a
about it.
legend.
Fair enough.
I can't believe you both crit failed.
I've rolled a 1, a 5, a 6, and a 9 tonight.
Wow.
Here I am. You know, maybe I will get to do my exposition. Nope.
Can I roll for it? If I mean, I know Blood Moon Isle is north, but
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
is it because it's an island?
It is an isolated island, and
Okay.
you have had no encounter with
Okay.
the Iron Hills in your
Okay.
backstory.
All right, fair enough.
Jeez.
That's good. We got all those bad rolls out of the way. Hopefully, combat next session will be dope.
Wisdom has not rolled well like this entire. I mean, granted, it's only been like a session and a half.
I
but
was fully
it's not-
prepared to have wisdom persuasion kip over, but
I love that. I'm glad you did that, to be honest. Even though I don't know why I've been having him do so much charisma stuff when his modifier is -2, but that's just how the
negative
cookie
2 is pretty
crumbles.
awful.
I mean, my charisma rolls were really bad too.
You know, it's
It's kind of
entertaining.
fun to roll though, when because there's no expectation if you know you're bad at it. It's just like whatever happens, happens.
That's true.
It's not as deflating when it's something you should be good at that you don't do good at.
True, like just now what happened when I should be good at history and I'm not.
Or trying to somersault over the top of you in the middle of combat.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. That one was good.
All right. Well, is that it?
I think so.
Anything else, Speedy?
No. We're about a day's travel from the conclave once we get to.
another milestone, so that's another level up, right?
Wait, what?
No, I'm just messing.
There's no fucking way.
It's too late. I already did. It's done.
No,
I'm on level.
so
I'm on level.
basically,
I've just this whole session. I've just been running the level up
Just leveling up.
character rancer.
You guys aren't
So-
level 12?
I mean, we were level 12 last week. What are we at now? Who knows?
So you guys are now kind of in the level range I wanted you guys to be in, and now you guys have full access to the airship, the map, and you guys all have your own backstories. So, 2022, here we come, baby.
Hmm.
Nice.
Just looking around, this will be a long campaign.
Well, and you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
have to do everything. It's there's not.
No.
I
We're
played The
doing
Witcher
everything.
3. I went to all the question marks.
Yeah. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
Come on.
you have to get all the collectibles.
Come on, Peter.
So
You know,
the question
This
is,
is an open world. We're just gonna explore.
some of these map locations can be one shots if need be. You know, there's a lot of flexibility kind of baked in. So
gotcha. Yeah, the real
Mhm.
question is just like each of these things that we need to go to, like, is it basically we land, fight something and leave? 'Cause like we could knock out like 3 or 4 of these a session at that rate. Cause like we can
That's
fly
true.
super
so
fast.
I mean, you guys will get a really good feel for what each location kind of
Once we do the Iron Hills.
once you guys encounter the Iron Hills, because the Iron Hills has, you know,
Eyes.
one red X, right?
Spider
And
lady.
the backstory of one of the party members. And so you'll get a taste of both of those things, what it kind of represents and captures. And you'll get a good feel for kind of the overall timing of the campaign from that point on.
Cool. Sounds good.
All right.
All right.
On that note, I gotta deck out. I gotta check out. But you
Gotta
know,
what now?
awesome time as always. That was exceptional from
Yeah.
my point of view.
That was
And,
that was
to
good role
Alex's
playing there.
I like that a lot. I
Yes.
really didn't know how we were gonna settle it because Wisdom wasn't. I mean, he was. Yeah, he wasn't gonna back down.
Yeah.
Well, the Zoom
Yeah,
boxes are all messed up, so I will be ending the stream
Silas
here.
just try to play it strategically.
I figured we'd do some sort of challenge or something, and then he was just gonna abide by the results. But
As soon as Kip saw that he was the only one outside the map, he was like, "Well, I'm screwed."
So
yeah, that's a tough sell.
Yaru only changed tactics because he was getting the sense that he had to argue Wisdom's point of going to like a place over X's, and he literally was a coin flip. Either they would agree to go to Blood Moon Isle first or Iron Hills first. So he just went with the flow.
I thought that Wisdom was just from the get go was gonna hate Yaru. Like I was like, it wasn't predetermined. But I was literally like,
One
this
of
is not
Doc's
gonna go
characters
well.
likes Yaru. What?
Well, that's what's happening now. I didn't expect it, but you're his.
I still
closest
haven't quite
confidant
figured
now.
out who likes who
We're 2 for 3.
in the
I'm gonna
campaign yet.
since the Zoom calls are messed up, I'm gonna stop the stream. But thanks, Coffee, and everybody else who watched. Until next week.